Hello there fellow Yomi and Katsuragi worshippers. You probably have been waiting on me to call a crusade in someone or something, but truth is, we never had anything to crusade until very recently. You see, despite how much Gangshad wants me to respond to their war declaration, I feel it's a waste of energy for both of us, because we have a bigger fish to fry. So, for this one, let me explain to you a little bit of lore behind the great N-word list. Ryobi did some fucked up shit in the past, and by saying the N-word 20 times in one day, it nearly ended all life in Indonesia and blew up our shrine there. We had to clean up the mess and started a war over it. That was the Great Stop Racism War of 1860, a war that ultimately ended up in Canada's birth, and the abolition of slavery on Earth's soil. We threw Ryobi into a cell all the way in Rome, and she was never heard from again until 1923, when some jackass freed her and let her gas the Jews. Ryobi saying the N-word without a pass killed millions. However, us mortals have lesser power than that of the goddesses, and therefore do a lot less with saying the N-word once or twice a day. In fact, nothing happens at all. But the more someone says or types the N-word without a pass, the bigger the explosion gets, and the more people they kill in the process. That's the reason us Yomi worshippers enforce strict N-word guidelines, by having them do community service to make up for their crimes against humanity. Heck, some good people might even get the N-word pass from us. But do you know that someone in this list who actually evades these community service guidelines? Enter Amethyst Gamer, or Termid97, if you ever see him on Roblox somewhere. Chances are, you probably won't. However, he blew up his entire neighborhood by saying the N-word 20 times, and we had apprehended him for it. Part of the agreement that people like him have to do is to manage innkeepers or other projects I happen to be running, which serves as a bit of religious and human redemption. I like to call it Bean Sprout Redemption. But this wouldn't be a video if he did exactly that. What he did instead, the rules and agreement he accepted for not getting crusaded immediately, and run away from the innkeeper's server. Now, I wasn't going to do anything about it, since I figured he'd eventually have a change of heart and start doing exactly as I asked. It was only 20 minutes of managing or research to do. But he also couldn't even do that. That alone would be crusade material. But, you see, here's the catch. He literally his hope. Now, that only intensifies the problem. A fellow religious head of the main branch of the religion being a hedonist and not writing scripture for his goddess, and running away from honorable tasks the supreme goddess has asked of him. That makes him the biggest coward of all. Unable to be fit for the position. Even worse, the two goddesses were on the same side of the war, so he has a moral obligation to follow the guidelines that Yomi set for the treaty. As of now, we are doing the 7th Crusade, to depose Amethyst of his holy status, and to force him to honor the guidelines. This is also a total war, meaning no one can call it off until either side wins. Hopes of Ikarutmi and Katsuragi, join me in bringing down the worst heretic our religion has ever seen. My reward to whoever joins is to become the new Iruka Pope.